rise. Proceed, please. It is the policy of this court that when the verdict is rendered in this case, that there is to be no outburst, so please remember that you will follow that rule, and no one is to leave until the jury is returned to the jury room, and at that time then I will, after that has been accomplished, then this court will allow you to leave the courtroom. You may bring the jury in, please. All rise. You may be seated. Here is the foreperson. They'll bring it to you. If you will just go turn to your seat. Yes. And if you will follow my direction, please, ma'am. I'm going to ask you to stand, and I want you to read the verdict in count of one, beginning with the sentence that says, "We, the jury."
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kenneth S. Bartley,
And what is your verdict?
guilty of reckless homicide.
I'd like you to go to move to count two.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kenneth S. Bartley, not guilty.
I will ask you to go to count three.
We, the jury, find defendant, Kenneth S. Bartley, not guilty.
I'll ask you to go to count four.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kenneth S. Bartley, not guilty.
I'd like to go to count five.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kenneth S. Bartley, guilty of possession of a firearm with intent to go armed on school property.
I'd like you to go to the next count of the indictment, count six.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kenneth S. Bartley, guilty of possession of controlled substance.
And I'd like you to go to the last count of the indictment.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kenneth S. Bartley, guilty of possession of a Schedule IV controlled substance, to wit, alprazolam with intent to deliver.
Thank you, ma'am. You may be seated. Would you please hand those verdict forms back to this officer, please? Ma'am, starting with you, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Sir, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Sir, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Sir, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Sir, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Sir, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
And sir, is that your verdict?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, court wants to thank you very much for accepting responsibility to try this case, give up your week's time from Chattanooga and travel all the way up here to Campbell County to try this case. I want to thank you very much. I'll ask that you now go back and return to the jury room, and the officers are going to start taking directions from you and telling you how they want to be transporting you back to Hamilton County. If you would please follow the officer into the jury room. Be seated for just a minute, please. Ms. Bartley, will you stand, please? Kenneth S. Bartley, and being found guilty in count 1 of reckless homicide, court hereby finds you guilty. Court hereby finds you guilty in count 5 of the indictment. Possession of firearm with intent to go harm on school property. Court finds you guilty of possession of controlled substance in count 6. Count 7, the court finds you guilty of possession of controlled substance, schedule 4 with the intent to deliver. Is there anything else the court to obtain at this time?
Your Honor, he was convicted of a Class D felony under Tennessee law, which carries a range of punishment from 2 to 4 years. Mr. Bartley is a standard range 1 offender where he would be eligible for 30%. He has been incarcerated since the time of his plea. He has clearly flattened his sentence. We would ask that he be released on his own recognizance pending sentencing.
Your Honor, we are opposed to that. We ask for a sentencing hearing to be set.
And we ask for a bond that is reasonable, and we would ask that he be released on his own recognizance. Your Honor, it would be impossible for him to receive any more time than the time he has done.
I'm totally aware of what the he said $7,500.
Thank you, Judge.
The court stands in recess.
All rise.